Heya kittens. I hope you've all been well. First and foremost, before I get into the meat of this announcement, let me tell you what this is not. This is not a graduation. You guys have heard me say this before, but I personally think graduations are overly dramatic. I think they're needlessly funeral-like. I also think they're extremely self-gratifying for the streamer. Yada yada. So let me begin by being perfectly clear. This is not a graduation. What this is a significant change in my streaming schedule and content creation focus. Effective immediately, I will only be streaming collabs and or appearing as a participant in collabs on other streamers' channels. I will no longer be proactively scheduling self-directed streams. The most significant impact of this decision is that Sunday breakfast streams will be coming to an end. This is a scheduled event that has been occurring on a weekly basis that I and my community have upheld for nearly 4 years at this point. So I felt like an announcement in an official capacity is warranted. I am about to go into my reasoning for making this decision, so if none of this interests you, then please feel free to skip to the closing remarks. There should be timestamps in the description, or maybe even chapter markers if I figure out how to do that. But many of you guys know this already, but I was hit with 2 bouts of sickness over the last 2 weeks that were kind of uncharacteristic for my health, and it really raised some alarm bells in my head. And during my recovery over the last couple of weeks, I've come to a few realizations that informed my current decision. First and foremost is that I realize I've been putting many of my priorities on hold just to maintain a consistent weekly stream schedule. You guys see this happen and you guys hear this happen. A lot of you will hang out with me in pre-stream chat. And so this is not an uncommon occurrence, but oftentimes I'm rushing home from my 9-to-5 job just to make sure I start stream on time. On days like that, I neglect my meals. I turn down my friends and my coworkers' invitations to go out. I pay minimal attention to my cat Melon, who you're all very familiar with. I come in through the door, I put his dinner down, and then I get to streaming. And most importantly of all, I'm not really giving myself any time to decompress from my day's work. The nature of my most recent sickness is almost purely stress-induced. A part of me knew that from the very start, too, that my body was really tired of asking me to make a change, and so it's now demanding that change. My schedule has also been something that's been on my mind for the better half of this year. That every single week starting from Monday, it just feels like it is a repetition of me filling up my schedule until it cannot possibly hold anymore. It starts with my day job, then freelance work at Monday night, day job, workout on Tuesday night, day job, and then cooking meals for the week on Wednesday night, day job, stream Thursday night, day job, stream Friday night, and then we finally get to the weekend where I get to do all the fun stuff like my doctor's appointments, counseling, therapy, physiotherapy, grocery shopping, my Sunday stream, of course, and then maybe possibly I'll get to see my friends if I still have enough steam left in me. Near the tail end of my recovery from my sickness 2 weeks ago, I felt well enough on Sunday to take my lovely mother out on a little date. And at the end of the day, she said to me, "This was so nice. I feel like it's been forever since we got to spend the entire weekend together. I'm free every single Sunday until September, until I fly home again. Do you think we could do this again later this month? Do you have to stream every Sunday?" And hearing that from my own mother made my heart ache. Coming home from work every day for the last 2 weeks without the obligation of streaming also meant that I was able to cook healthier meals for myself. And I let Melon roll around in my lap for as long as he wants, which is sadly a very simple pleasure that I've been withholding from him for quite a while. I also confided in a lot of my close friends about this decision, about whether or not this was right, about whether or not this was cruel or rude to my community. And a lot of them responded with extreme excitement for the fact that they might be seeing more of me. A lot of them have sent me plans for the rest of the summer about wanting to do various things with me. And it made me realize that over the last few years, I think I've unknowingly baked streaming and content creation into my schedule and unintentionally alienated my friends and my loved ones and neglected their desire to spend more time with me. So, with all of that reasoning out of the way, what does this mean for you, a kitten at the Starlight Host Club? Well, first of all, if you are subscribed to my Twitch channel, then that means you should navigate directly to https://twitch.tv/subscriptions and discontinue your automatic renewal of your sub to #1 host VTuber Hiiragi. I am no longer able to guarantee a baseline number of streams per month, and so I don't think I'm rightfully deserving of any recurring stream revenue anymore. So please, 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 please discontinue your subs. I do not want your hard-earned money to go to Twitch. Sorry, no offense, Twitch. Full offense, Twitch. You guys know how much I care about your spendings, about not overspending on things like streamers and gifting subs and all that. And so do me a favor and please unsubscribe as soon as you can. Second of all, you might have to get used to the Starlight Host Club being open maybe once a week, or maybe sometimes not at all during the week. No longer having self-directed streams or solo streams also means that I'm going to have far fewer opportunities to chat with my community one-on-one, which I understand was a staple of my streams. This does not mean that they will never happen again. I do still hope to have solo streams every now and then, but just at a far lesser frequency. Maybe like once a month or so. And third and lastly, if you're not already following me on Twitter or Bluesky, or you're not a part of the Discord server, I would highly encourage you to follow me on at least one of those avenues, as I will continue to use them to announce any upcoming collabs or the very occasional solo stream. Links to all three will be down in the description. Thank you so much for sitting through all of that. We have all known each other for 4 years and counting now, and I'm sure none of you are strangers to the fact that I am a wordy, yappy motherfucker. I am truly thankful for all of the great times that we've had together. Some of my greatest video game experiences were during my Sunday streams with you. They opened me up to video games I never would have played if not for the fact that you recommended them to me. And my experiences are shaped by the fact that I was able to see their stories play out alongside all of you. I hope that you won't take the end of my regularly scheduled Sunday streams and solo streams too personally. My love for streaming and spending time with my community has not waned, but I do think that it is time for me to place some rightfully deserved priority on other aspects of my life as well. And with that, I hope I'll see you the next time the Host Club opens, whenever that may be. Bye-bye. I think it's actually literally tomorrow night because the Backseat Boys happens every Thursday. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow, kittens.